Who else is ready to learn how to use LinkedIn for business? I don't know about you, but I am stoked about this topic today. Aloha, how's it? Anything exciting happened for you over the weekend? I kind of went into a little bit of monk mode to get some video recording done for the relaunch of my online program, LinkedIn for Business, and about wore out my vocal cords. So if I sound a little deeper voice today, that's why. And we're getting really, really close on our Weeby Vanning van conversion. We are in the painting phase, and I am like super excited about how fast it all happened. My hubby, Jason, works faster than literally anyone else on this planet, in my humble opinion, when it comes to household projects. So he's just plugging away, and I'm just kind of cheering from the sidelines. Here's the paintbrush. Okay, enough about my passion projects. Now it's time for Mondays with Mindy. This is a weekly show at 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific, where I talk about all things LinkedIn pipeline, promo, and profiles, what I call the 3 Ps of LinkedIn. Do you have questions about LinkedIn that you want me to answer? You can actually leave them below this post and I'll answer them after the show or on a future episode of Mondays with Mindy. And let's get right to today's topic. How do you know if you're ready to use LinkedIn for business? Okay. Pause with that question. You might have thought about this, or you probably wouldn't be tuning into this live. Trying to use LinkedIn like another social media channel is costing you business opportunities, high quality leads, and business revenue. Plain and simple. The be everywhere approach with just one of those being LinkedIn is a complete waste. Cross posting doesn't work here on LinkedIn. You're either here and investing your time, resources, and energy, or you should just set up a decent LinkedIn profile, go hang out on Instagram or Facebook. Yes, there's a little bit of sarcasm intended there. I think there's a big problem. Too many people think they can dabble on LinkedIn and get the results of a power user. That's just not how it works. You cannot just pay money to play on LinkedIn. For your LinkedIn efforts to generate real ROI for your business, you need to actually believe that LinkedIn is your most valuable lead generating asset, and then act as if using LinkedIn effectively will generate business revenue for you. Okay, so think about that. Have you ever thought about LinkedIn as, that is one of my most valuable assets to my business? A lot of people haven't. What actually happens if you underestimate the power of LinkedIn for your B2B business? What could happen? You could waste thousands of dollars on paid advertising on other social channels where your target audience may not even want to see anything business related. I've talked to a lot of people who've spent a ton of money on paid ads and are pretty disappointed with the results. You could also spend a ton of time setting up the wrong type of sales funnel for your business using what the online experts recommend, which is more inbound, less outbound, and lots of ads. All right. Some of us like that, some of us don't. You also might amass the wrong types of people in your LinkedIn network, those who will like your stuff but do not want to buy from you. There's a very big difference between, oh, I've got fans, and, oh, these people actually want to buy from me. But don't worry, we will talk about a better way today. When your business is built somewhat on your personal brand and involves a relationship based sale, LinkedIn is the best platform to reach those decision makers. We're going to talk about that today. Okay. Aloha. For those who don't know me, my name is Mindy Rosser. I'm the founder of Mindy Rosser Marketing, and I have a signature pipeline building online program for B2B business leaders and professionals who want to use LinkedIn for business. I help leaders and experts like you rapidly fill your pipeline and scale your influence on LinkedIn so you can grow your business. So go ahead and like this video or say hi from the replay, and I will see it later. In this live, we are going to talk about why not using LinkedIn for your business is one of the biggest missed opportunities for finding new business that leads to a sale, and how you can invest in LinkedIn as your primary lead generation source. Are you ready? I am so ready. Let's totally do this. All right. A number of business leaders and professionals interested in strengthening their personal brand, whom I talk to, are really confused with where to invest their time and resources because they're told they need to just be everywhere and just cross post to LinkedIn through an automation tool, or just hire a VA to do your social. Don't even have to think about it. The problem is trying to be on just one platform effectively can be tricky enough, even if you have help. Learning how algorithms work, figuring out if you need to have paid ads, trying to build an audience, knowing what actually sparks engagement, the language to use, the hashtags that work, it's different on every platform. So, how do you choose which one platform you need to do well? Where does your target audience mingle online while also being in the mindset to do business? A lot of people think, oh, well, my target audience is on Instagram or Facebook, but are they in that mindset to engage professionally? That's the question. So think about that for a moment. We go to Instagram to be entertained or inspired. We go to Facebook to keep up with friends, family, our favorite groups. We go to YouTube when we have a question. None of these places are geared towards business. B2C audiences are different and they have more platforms to choose from. But if you're in the B2B space, you've got one right now. It's called LinkedIn. So love it, hate it, not sure what you think about it. If you're avoiding LinkedIn because you're unsure, you're overwhelmed, or you've tried it before and it didn't work like you hoped, you are not alone, but you do need to realize it's a skill that you can learn that could take your business from doing okay to a sales pipeline that's bursting with people who want what you have to sell and actually like you as a person. Go figure. For example, let me tell you a little story. A marketing agency consultant came with the problem of having an awesome service where he could help his clients easily productize just about any service they were offering. The problem was nobody knew him on LinkedIn. That's where his target audience was. He had a boring old LinkedIn profile, and he was not convinced that LinkedIn would actually work because he heard it had gotten really spammy. So we dialed in his target audience, discovering that they were very, very active on LinkedIn. We fixed up that profile. We did a test of sending out some tailored LinkedIn messages to see if his audience wanted to chat. And boom, his message immediately resonated, and he had more discovery calls with perfect prospects than he could handle in a month. We about killed him with 30 plus calls in less than 30 days. I would not recommend ever putting that many sales calls, discovery calls, any type of call on your calendar. So 3 years later, he still didn't need to go outside LinkedIn to fill his sales pipeline. He had as many prospects as he could handle with no end in sight to the prospect pool. So, what really happened here? I know we're excited. We're like, oh, I want results like that. That would be amazing. I wouldn't have to think about another channel. This is what happened. Belief first, he had to believe that LinkedIn would work. Then the testing. So, you have to actually test things to make sure that what you think is going to work actually works. And then the results spoke for themselves. When we saw the results, it proved to us that, okay, LinkedIn is a good channel for you. We thought so. You now know that it is. So when you choose to go all in on LinkedIn, that's when the magic happens. You cannot just dabble and expect great results. It's not about spending hours a day, though, trying to scrounge up some LinkedIn posts to comment on. Rather, it's about providing value and showing up consistently over weeks and months. It takes time. So, using LinkedIn for business means that you are here with a very clear objective in mind. Think about it like this. It's exactly how we go about building a business. I'm a business owner, you're a business owner, you lead a business, you're in business. We create offers and services, we build a clientele or a customer base, and then we aim to over deliver on expectations. We do this over and over again until we get a process that works with margins that we love. Everything you do on LinkedIn should lead you closer to doing more good business with more good people. And you know, I'm all about good people and good business. It's not spamming, it's not about clever automation. It is about using a proven system and processes that actually work on LinkedIn right now. Now, I want to go back to that story I told earlier. What I didn't tell you about that consultant, he spent an average of less than 3 hours per week on LinkedIn. Okay, he wasn't spending all day sitting at LinkedIn just waiting for messages to pop up. Why? Because we nailed his processes and systems. Okay. So now, how do you figure out if LinkedIn is the platform for you? You don't want to build a system for a platform that isn't going to work for you. Okay. So if you're not already convinced, I want to share with you 3 questions that can help you determine if LinkedIn is the right fit for growing your business or building your personal brand? I love questions. I love threes. So here we go. All right. First one. Who is your target audience? As I mentioned before, if they are professionals, leaders, CEOs, executives, LinkedIn is most likely the one channel where they actually have a profile, are somewhat active, and can be reached. I didn't say easy to reach, I said can be reached. So, trying to target a CEO on Facebook with an ad, have you ever tried that? Good luck. They're not going to be, if they are on Facebook, they're not going to be in the mood to look at something business related. So, reaching out to that same CEO with a personalized email and a great connection invitation on LinkedIn, your chances of getting through are much higher, even if they do have an executive assistant checking their LinkedIn messages for them. That's the thing. They do have a gatekeeper paying attention on LinkedIn. But do you think they let the VA into their personal Facebook account? That is a rhetorical question. Do not have to answer that. All right. So think about your target audience. Who are they? Where are they engaging? Where do they feel that they need to be? Everybody has to be on LinkedIn these days. Everybody has to have a profile. Everybody has to be somewhat active. Everyone has to be somewhat updated, no matter what industry you're in. LinkedIn is the place to have your professional account. Okay. Number two, how relationship based is your sales process? I haven't heard too many people talk about sales process and relationship based, like on a scale of 1 to 10, how much of you actually has to be involved in the sale versus, is a sales page going to do it or a salesperson or somebody else besides you? We have all heard about the know, like, and trust factor and getting people to purchase what we're offering. Thing is, how much of you will the person need to make a decision on whether or not to buy from you? If you tend to push people towards a free discovery call or default to let's hop on for a quick chat, here's my Zoom link, here's my Calendly, LinkedIn is actually a great fit because when you have genuine conversations in your LinkedIn messages, calendar links are quite often exchanged. It's pretty much best practice if you connect with somebody interesting and you want to explore collaboration, working together, business partnerships, prospects, etc. If you are accustomed to pushing people towards a landing page or a video to learn more about you first, and it's a lower price product that they can easily purchase without thinking twice, think of, those $47 products, 97, 27. You get what I'm saying. So less than $1,000. Then LinkedIn might not be the best fit for these customers. But if you're like many other entrepreneurs and business owners I know, you likely do have a premium offering or an upsell where your high ticket clients want to work with you directly. So even if you do have that lower price product, you probably have a premium service offering as well. So these clients, your premium clients, are the types of people you'd want to reach out to directly on LinkedIn. And if you're a salesperson, you're trying to get through to decision makers, you probably already are using LinkedIn. If you're not, please start. It's very important. But I've come across very few who actually do it well. It's a really tricky balance and tough when you have any type of sales related word in your title. You've got to get a little clever there. So think about your sales process and how you sell. How much of you is part of that sale? The more of you that's necessary, the more valuable LinkedIn as a lead generation source will be. Okay. So, how relationship based? Are you talking to people? Are you getting on the phone? Are you engaging with them one to one? If so, LinkedIn's a really good lead generation source. All right. Now to our final question, number 3. Are you ready to invest in LinkedIn? To be clear, I'm not trying to sell you on any of my services here. Please, I got a waiting list. I don't need more clients. We're good. This is a question that you need to get answered for yourself because getting into LinkedIn with one foot in and one foot out will get you absolutely nowhere. So don't dabble. Like I mentioned, if you're going to do LinkedIn, do it right. Otherwise, just make a good profile, go elsewhere. So you need to decide. You have to make a decision if it's the right channel for you. And then realize once you make that decision, it's going to take some education. It's going to take some time to learn the ropes. You're going to have to put together some processes and some resources like a good VA to help you manage some of the moving parts. And that's okay. We're business owners, right? We know how to put processes and systems together. We do it for a lot of other aspects of our business. And if your lead generation side of your business needs some shoring up and LinkedIn is the right channel for you, you need to build a process. So I tend to recommend to my students and clients they do a simple 90-day experiment where they just go all in on LinkedIn. So it's a short period of time, long enough to get some results, short enough where if it doesn't work as you hoped, you can either tweak what you're doing or bait and switch and leave. Okay. So go all in on LinkedIn before making a longer term decision on whether or not LinkedIn is the right channel for you long term. Thing is, once you get it all set up and going, that usually only takes a few weeks. You can make an educated decision on how much or how little to invest in LinkedIn moving forward. Worst case, you decide LinkedIn is just not for you. Then you've spent 90 days getting your LinkedIn profile looking amazing. You've created content you can use in other places, and you've learned exactly how to do cold outreach in a way that doesn't feel spammy. Okay, worst case, absolute worst case. Best case, you figure out a LinkedIn system that actually leads to business revenue, a social channel that you can point to next year and say, LinkedIn opportunities made me X dollars for Y investment. Good return? Yes, no. Okay. But the thing is, you have to commit. So that's my word of advice. Make that choice, make an informed decision, and then commit to that decision. Okay. Such a fun topic today. It's a bit less tactical. I know it's not like 3 proven LinkedIn connections in some of my other videos, but I think the mindset behind how we use LinkedIn is where the magic happens for our businesses and our personal brands. Even if you're still thinking about whether or not to go all in on LinkedIn, you need to have your LinkedIn profile dialed in. So check out my 3-part mini training called How to Reboot Your LinkedIn Profile to Grow Your Online Business. MindyRosser.com/LinkedIn Reboot. It's jam packed with templates, step-by-step approach to optimizing your headline, what to do with your about section, plus how to make your experience section shine. So even if you're a job seeker and you're looking to update your profile, it's a good fit for you. So if you want to get instant access, go to that link. And I will not see you next week, sad face, because it's Memorial Day here in the US. So I'm going to be celebrating with my family, hopefully catching some waves. But in the meantime, feel free to leave questions or comments below. And my inbox is open if you want to message me directly. And I will see you the week after next. Have a good rest of the week and holiday.